social media as supporting tools for education. My name is Mohammad Luqman. I'm a guest faculty at Department of Computer Science, AMU. The outline of this session is basic concept and context. Then we'll go through types of social media and their educational roles. Then the pedagogical integrations, case studies and empirical evidence, challenges, risk and safety guidance, and a conclusion. So what is social media? Social media, as the name suggests, it is a media where you can go for social networking. But this social media is mostly internet-based application, or you can refer to as a collection of internet-based application and platforms where individual can create, share content, and as well as participate in social networking. Social media has become very deep in our life, and it has also starting to influence our education. Since 90% of our teenagers are active on social media, so you can see that a large amount of our learners, of our students are already present on social media. And India, especially, average user spends nearly 2.5 hours per day. That is a very lot amount of time, and we have to tap on this, on the potential of education for these students that are already present on social media. And it has become necessary to shift our perspective, where we cannot just see social media as a distraction, but we have to see it as a potential instructional tool as well. If social media is used with good intention, with clear intention, it is not a distraction but a very useful tool. So you can see here the evolution of social media over the years. The first social media network was 6 Degrees. It has been launched in 1997. Then comes Friendster. It was the first social media network where actual friend connection with expanded database was held, and it was launched in 2002. Then in the year 2003, MySpace and LinkedIn both came online. MySpace was the first social media where you can upload your own personal profile, and it was majorly used for music sharing. MySpace was very famous in US when it was introduced, and LinkedIn was a social media that was tailored for the professional networking only. It was a social media network where professionals use them to share their CVs or experiences or other things. In 2004, Facebook came online. The Facebook separate from MySpace, where Facebook has a global reach among all other social media network existing at that time, and it has also a real name policy that you have to put your own name, own real name. You are not going to use a fake name or display name or other type of names. So in 2005, YouTube came, which allows for video sharing. Similarly, 2006, Twitter came. This was the first microblogging website, and it also allows for real-time sharing. Microblogging is you are blogging is writing your own thoughts. And microblogging, since earlier Twitter limits user character to up to, I guess, 180 characters or so. So you are already limited by that number of characters. So you cannot write a very large amount of thought or blogs. So that's why it was called microblogging. Then came Instagram in 2010, which was used just for visual content sharing. You can share photos and videos over it, and as well as your stories. Then Snapchat came in 2011. This was the first social media network where you have by default auto delete messages. So this is an auto delete message that you can now find in WhatsApp and others. And in 2016, TikTok came. TikTok take the world by storm. It was the first social media network where you can post short form video. They also allowed some revenues for the creators, and it was algorithm driven for its user. That means whatever interest the user, the TikTok is going to show video related to that. So why should we think about social media in education? If someone thinks that social media is just for distraction or others, so how can we use social media, especially to teach our students? The first point is it enhances student engagement and collaboration. Since a lot of students are already present on these websites, and they are also collaborating with the international students as well. So a student from India can interact with a student in US or a student in Europe or Australia, and similarly vice versa. A student from US can also interact with India, and using platforms like Twitter's education blogs and Facebook group. How this helps? It helps to transform students into active participants into their own education. Yet students are learning while using the social media networks. and they are becoming active participants in their own learning. It also enables real-time collaboration on projects. That means you can have a real-time collaboration with students in your own area or in other area in other state. Even if you are sitting in Aligarh and someone is sitting in Ahmedabad, so you can have a real-time collaboration using these tools, and this allows you uh, to have easy grasp of easy grasp or learning of new matters. It also allows sharing of resources easily. You can share your files, your doc, your videos or images easily using these tools. It also encourages discussion beyond classroom. You are not limited only between the classroom and also not with your own classmates. You can also have discussion with other classmates of other universities and colleges as well. So social media network can be used in this way as well. It also encourages active participation of the student using features like post, Q&A session, group discussion. While having a classroom, you can use this social media network tools to have active participation and making the class more interactive and actively participating. Second point is that it has already a vast access to a wealth of information, and it has a diverse perspective since people around the world provide share their minds, share their content, share their knowledge over social media networks, and lots of medias and lots of multimedia content is already over it. So you have the student already have a very large amount of information, and yeah, using this student can use this content to supplement their classroom learning. That means that you are not just learning from the books, but you are also taking help or content of their concepts from other websites as well, from social media networks as well, which will allow you to have a very easy and complete understanding of the topic. The social media networks have rich multimedia resources, and it has self-paced exploration. Self-paced exploration means that a student can perform this activities in learning activities on its own pace. Let's suppose that a student have only 2 hours of time in a day for learning, and another student have 3 hours of time. So you can both the student can move at their own pace to have the knowledge, to gather the knowledge, and using the social media network, it can easily allow you to learn anytime, anywhere, any place. So it will help you in learning. It also exposes to diverse voices and global perspective. Obviously, we have our own knowledge and our own thoughts regarding one topic. In Indian also in India, so people from US might have a different thought process over it. People from Europe might have different thought processes over it. So you are already having exposure to these voices, to these diverse voices, and these global perspectives, which will allow you to develop critical thinking skills, and it will help students to be more prepared for this modern, interconnected, globalized world. Another point is that it will also help teachers in their professional development and community building. The teachers can easily use this platform like Twitter and LinkedIn to connect globally to another teachers across the continent. Using this, they can share their own best practices of pedagogy and classroom teachings. They can also exchange their innovative lesson plans, and they can distribute valuable resources. People across the world are doing this. You have already seen in UN and other reports that people are starting to collaborate their own pedagogy and lesson plans with each other, and hence creating the value and richness of the classroom learning. Classroom innovations with social media as well, that teachers can use social media network creatively for creating the assignments and projects. They will that will make students think how they are, apart from their own books, they are also allowed to have a free thinking of how to solve these, such as creating TikTok style videos to explain academic concept. You can find many TikTok style videos on YouTube and other platforms, where a short form video gives you a very large amount of information in a very good manner. These platforms also act as a global staff room. That means a teacher can interact with another teacher across the world, and they can share their own ideas and other things. It will also provide you a support network that helps combat professional isolation, and it will provide a safe space for continuous learning and professional development. Teachers can also follow other educational leaders around the world. They can participate in webinars using social media. They can stay updated with the latest pedagogical trends, and they can monetize their educational content through platforms like Patreon. You can also use edX and Coursera and Udemy, but Patreon is not one platform. So there is a lot of opportunity to use social media, especially in this case for teachers. Then comes digital citizenship and media literacy. As we have already learned about digital citizenship, to responsibly and effectively use the online network, social network, for your own benefit and for the others. In today's information saturated world, the key to digital literacy skills are typically evaluating sources. That means you just do not trust whatever the first information comes to you. You critically examine whether the source, whether the source giving the information is right or not, or someone has just made up their own. Or is it a fake news or other type of things. Also, yeah, you have to able to identify the misinformation that is traveling across the world. You can communicate responsibility online. Using social media in a guided education setting will allow teachers to teach the importance of online privacy. Privacy is a basic right of a human. Every human will have to has a need for their own privacy of their things. So students can have a knowledge by their teachers by guiding them to know about the importance of online privacy. It will the teacher can also explain the concept of digital footprints. Digital footprint is the footprint. Footprint is print of your foot. Similarly, the case footprint in the case of digital footprint is that the things that you are living online, such as you have uploaded some photos on Instagram where you are showing that you have visited AMU during some period. So this create a footprint of you where a user can easily identify whether what activities or what type of things that we have done. So this is called digital footprint. Other thing is that how you are posting your photos, how you're posting your videos, what things you are posting on your Facebook, what are the comments that you are posting. These are all constitute of digital footprints that can allow a hacker or another malicious person can to easily identify what are your behavior, what is your thinking process, and other things. That social media, the teacher should also explain how to promote respectful and responsible online discourse of the students while using social media, how you are going to behave online. So this proactive approach will be more effective than outright bans. If you are going to ban your students, obviously banning anything will not solve anything, since people always find a way to bypass that. So instead of outright banning social media for the student, it is more effective. Let them learn the importance of how to responsibly use and respectfully use the social media. It will also help students to navigate the complex digital landscape that is the current reality of our world. You cannot escape from digital life in this world. So yeah, it will help students navigate this world independently. So it also bridges the gap between formal education and the real world. It prepares students where it is already, it is not in the future, it is right now. We have seen many examples where students are getting directly hired on LinkedIn. Their LinkedIn profiles, their Facebook profile are scanned by US authorities while they submit their resumes or they go through their visa applications. So it will prepare slowly and steadily over the time for students to create to have a professional networking on LinkedIn, which is very essential. Also help them in building a digital portfolio which can showcase their skills and achievement, and it will also allow them to access how to collaborate with remote teams, which is nowadays a very common phenomena. You have learned about work from home scenario, so you are working with your office mates across the world within the confines of your room. So how to collaborate in such a situation where one teammate of you is from India, another one is from Bangladesh, the third one is from Australia or some other country. So you have to understand how to collaborate in such a scenario. It will also help students to develop effective communication skills and technological proficiency. How you are going to communicate and effectively communicate to others, and how much responsible and good digital citizen you are, and how much you can use technology for your own benefit and for the benefit of the society. And these are all highly valued competencies in the modern workforce. So, in NEP 2020, the guidelines, the act which has been passed by the Parliament, provided by our Honorable PM, which also emphasizes technology integration for equitable learning. Equitable learning is the learning accessible to everyone. Instead, whatever their background, whatever their situation might be, they have equal access to learning anywhere. So, digital literacy, experiential learning. Yeah, experiential learning is learning by your experience instead of learning from the books, learning from the notes or videos. You are doing something, and during the process of doing that work, you gain experience. What are the pros and cons, or what are the good things and bad things, and through that, you are getting the learning that is called experiential learning. And remote access, content access are key components. Social media also help implement NEP goals through real-time collaboration and extended engagement. The key initiatives in NEP 2020 was integration of technology into classrooms. You have introduced seeing, especially in AMU as well, that technology is being integrated into classroom using smart classrooms, using podiums and presentation, other things. Establishment of National Educational Technology Forum, enhancing access and inclusivity, personalized and active learning, promotion of digital literacy, teacher empowerment and training, and infrastructure and digital readiness. So first, we have to understand who are our learners, how these students think, who are they. So today's learners are also called as digital natives. It was a term given by Mark Pensky in 2001. The student which have been the persons or student born in between that age of after the age of 1995, which is also called the digital age, they are called a digital native. And for them, technology is not a tool, but a basic right or basic thing that need to have in their life. It is an integral and intuitive part of their existence. It has been shaped by smartphones, social media, and instant connectivity of the internet, and the ubiquitous connectivity. You can find connectivity of internet whether you are going on whether you have a mobile, you can use 5Gs, 4Gs, and other connection to have internet. Whether you are in university, you can use LAN or Wi-Fi. So you have internet everywhere, and access of a smartphone. Every person nowadays have access to a basic smartphone and social media. And yeah, these are the basic things which characterize the digital natives, and they exhibit distinct characteristics and learning benefits and challenges that teachers must have to understand so that they can effectively engage and talk with them and let them learn. They prefer short form, visual, mobile-friendly content. So they have a very small amount of attention span. Attention span is a very common term nowadays. So these digital natives or digital students are nowadays, they prefer short form, visual, mobile-friendly content, which are easily accessible from platform like YouTube, Instagram, and WhatsApp. For a student in Aligarh today, using a search engine like Google to find information, and watching a YouTube tutorial and connecting with their peers on a WhatsApp group to have a discussion is as natural as for millennials or earlier before them was to read a book. We have been grown up while reading a book. For them, it is very convenient. It is very basic that they will use search engine and YouTube's and WhatsApp to learn something. Teachers also must adapt their daily methods to suit these media habits for better engagements. So the benefit of using social media and teaching are that social media platforms create interactive and dynamic learning environment. So since the students are already familiarized with the platform, and these platforms provide different type of interactive activities, and they are dynamic, obviously. That's why it will help students feel more involved, more motivated in their learning. The ability to use multimedia such as images, videos, codes, which will help in having a different type of learning style instead of just rote learning. You are not going to read some book and try to have understanding based on that. You can also use multimedia applications of images, videos, and codes to make lessons more engaging, enhances learner participation, promotes collaboration, and allows quick sharing of visuals and videos. The teacher can also use it to broadcast announcement. So if your teacher wants to share some notices or announcement, they can use social media to broadcast it. They can give feedback or create micro learning modules. Micro learning module is a learning module which is a small in size and focused to a specialized amount of learning. The student respond well to a media rich task and peer-to-peer learning environment. Peer-to-peer is obviously they are doing this work in group learning, and since they are connected on the social media, so it is very easy to them to reach your peers, their fellow classmates, and using their discussion and using the media that has been media rich task, they can easily respond well to the teacher. The students can also meet on social media, sharing lessons through familiar platform like Instagram or makes learning feel natural, not forced. Since they are already using this platform and these things are being shared on those, so while learning, they are not thinking that they have to go on some other platform or they have to go physical or they have to read some book. It is not that. They know already this platform and learning on this platform is already feels natural for them. It is not being forced for them. So social media keeps quieter students, introverted students or worse as well. These students, though they want to have answer, but it's due to their shy nature or whatever, they participate less in traditional classrooms. That's why social media can allow for more inclusive participation of them than traditional classrooms. Common misconceptions are social media can cause distraction in class. Obviously, if you are planning something, if you have already planned your learning, so it will not cause a distraction. Every technology can be misused. If you are not have intention of taking the benefit of the technology of the tool, if you are going to misuse it, anything can be misused. So same case is for the social media. If you want to maximize your learning, you can plan or you can have a very good community or support in social media as well. If you want to just waste your time, that's also possible. But if you are planning, obviously, it will greatly help you in learning uh, instead of the traditional classroom method. Teachers should provide social platforms. Obviously, if teachers can use this platform professionally with defined goals, so that it can boost outreach to the students. It's unsafe. Obviously, safety comes with rules, moderation, and training. If you are using the platform with rules and moderation, it will not be unsafe. Social media has hurt students and leads to loneliness. Social media can the student stay connected with peers. So it is very improbable to lead to loneliness, especially for the students which cannot meet in person to each other. Social media is a great tool for them. Student use social media only for entertainment. So then if a student and teacher are collaborating and they are sharing resources and have a quick collaboration, that can easily enhance the learning experience of the students. Social media use reduces academic performance. When used strategically, social media can extend learning opportunities, and it will help in creating, it will help in fostering creativity and enhance overall engagement, leading to positive outcomes. Social media lacks educational value. Obviously, media like YouTube, LinkedIn, X Community, SWAYAM, they perform rich educational resources. They are available on your fingertip and you can easily access that. So there is no lack of educational value in any social media. It's just upon your intention, whether you are willing to search and learn through it. That's the only limitation for you. Otherwise, these sites, these social media have already a lot of materials for over it. So we classify the social media tools if you are classifying based on content type, then there's visual platforms. The platforms are Instagram, Pinterest, Canva. You might have heard about these. Instagram is, I think everyone knows that it is a social media platform where you share photos and videos. Pinterest is similar as well, but Pinterest is mostly for bookmarking. In Instagram, you provide a backstory, you provide your personal experiences, but Pinterest is just for bookmarking the images. And Canva is a visual platform to create images, other things. Canva is a very good tool. You should know about it. It is ideal for projects, posters, and visual explanations. The textual platforms are Twitter's blogs, the Facebook post. Twitter, everyone knows now X. Blogs are WordPress blogs or Medium. You might have heard about Medium or Hacker News. These are the blogs and Facebook posts. It's a very good content writers are available already available on Facebook that you can follow or subscribe. They will provide you a lot of good information. They are good for summaries, reflections, and micro learning. Then comes a video platform, YouTube, Vimeo. Vimeo is a platform that can they will allow you to share videos. YouTube already you know about it. It is very excellent for tutorials, revision content, student created videos. And then comes the collaborative platforms like Padlet, Google Docs, Quizlet. Padlet you might have heard about it. Padlet is a platform where you can share your cards. You create a card with some information like you create a card in which you put the title, you put some videos, some tips about it, and you can share it with your friends across the world or your classroom or wherever. So it is used for group assignments and brainstorming. If you classify social media tool based upon the primary function they are classified as social networking sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Threads. These websites provide group discussions, networking, resource sharing, and peer support. Then comes the media sharing networks: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Vimeo. These provide a tutorial, visual storytelling, student portfolios. Your student can upload their resume, CVs, or portfolios over these, and they also allow you to have a live event streaming. Then comes the discussion forums and community platforms: Reddit, Quora, Clubhouse, Discord. You might have heard about this already. Reddit is a very good platform where it is a free platform. Anyone can join it and have a discussion. And similarly, Quora is a platform where you can ask some questions. Clubhouse is similar to the Reddit, and Discord is a messaging app that will also have a community feature. These all allow you to have a debate or collaborative problem solving, host Q&A sessions, specialized groups for academic topics. Then comes the blogging and publishing networks. As I already told you, blog are your writings or thinking about daily life or whatever you want to write. Those are the blogs. So the famous blogging website is WordPress. And other are Medium, Substack, Hacker News. I just like I've already told you, this will allow students to write their own blogs, have reflective journaling. Reflective journaling is you are writing your own thoughts and having a discussion with yourself that whether that thought was necessary, what is the use of that thought. So you are reflecting upon your own self and the thought that you are generating while going through an event. When you are going through an event and you find something good or I find something bad, so how your thought process comes to that is called reflective journaling. And then comes the publishing research and essays. Finally, it is bookmarking and content creation tools. That is Pinterest, Delicious, Pocket. You can have resource library, lesson idea collections, and project inspiration from these websites. Then comes the types of social media and the educational roles. So teacher today have access to a wide range of social media platforms that can enhance both content delivery and student participation. So this session is going to discuss about common tools, their strengths, and their typical class application. First one is our WhatsApp or Telegram for communication. Obviously, you know it is a messaging app. It is already very highly used by people around the world. It is ideal for creating broadcast groups to send assignments, grades, and reminders. It also enables quick sharing of documents, images, and videos. It supports teacher-parent communication in a simple, familiar interface. Then comes the Facebook groups or X communities for class communities. You can create class communities on these Facebook groups, and these are closed groups, so it provides a safe classroom space for learning. You can have a very safe classroom space where you and your teacher is only there, and you can have a discussion on any topic. So that will help you highly help you in learning. It is also useful for discussion threads, announcement, sharing article, and creating collaborative learning environment. It will also have let you have scheduled post, comment moderation, which allows the support for controlled engagement. That what type of content you are allowing for others to see, your can control using scheduled post and comment moderation. Then comes Twitter or X for current events and microlearning. Obviously, you know anything new, anything latest first comes on Twitter. So if someone wants to know what is the currently happening event in India or in world or in anywhere else in the world, they can use Twitter. And also for microlearning, Twitter is also, you can find a lot of good resources on Twitter. Lots of people are putting their ideas, to putting their learning, putting their conclusions, which can help you have a very high level of micro learning. Teachers can curate educational threads and hashtags and share with the students. When teachers share with these curated educational thread and hashtag, can easily allow enhanced learning for the student. It is also excellent for summarizing lessons in fluid length posts. It helps build a student awareness of ongoing events, especially in subjects like civics and English. Then comes Instagram for visual projects. Student can create visual portfolios of their classwork, that is art, models, experiments, and they can share it on Instagram. Teacher may contain a class account showcasing weekly highlights of project games. It supports storytelling and image-based learning. Anyone, any their parents or any other user can just go on Instagram and see the work, whether it was in the form of art, a model, or experiment, and it will help in understanding what they are learning, and also can create a storytelling for others. So the next one is YouTube for video lessons. It enables flipped classroom model by sharing pre-recorded tutorials. Flipped classroom model is in a traditional classroom model. The teacher puts all the classroom content, lecture content in the classroom itself, and the student have to done their activities at home. That if they are going to do some activity, they will do at home, but the learning is done in the classroom itself. However, in flipped classroom, the learning is done at your home, but the teacher will create some event activities in the while classroom, and the student does those events and activities during the classroom while they are getting the learning at their homes. See if you can, let's suppose that a teacher shares some YouTube video that you go to your home and go through this video and create a summary of that and come tomorrow. While the classroom, the teacher creates a quiz of that YouTube video, and a student participated, and they can using that the teacher can evaluate how much learning that the student is doing. So it is an alternate scenario in which is a very real aspect of our modern world, that the learning is not only limited to classroom, but it can also be done outside. The teachers can create playlist of subject wise content. The teacher can create a playlist of the content that it can find from different resources as well. If it find that MIT has some very good things, so it can take from that, or some other influencer has some content creator has some very good content, so they can create a playlist of it and share it with his or her student, and it will enable enhanced learning for their student. It can also offer subtitles, screen recording tools, and viewer analytics for feedback. So next one is blogging platforms. Platforms like Medium, Blogger, Hacker News. They enable you to have reflective writing and general style class assignment. So let's suppose the teacher instructs a student to have a reflective writing or create a journal of whatever work they have done in the classroom. It will highly help these tools will highly help them in that. It will help the student improve writing skills and digital literacy. Teachers may also use blogs to post assignment instruction or publish class resources. Then comes the Padlet, Wakelet, or Canva for curation. Padlet, as I already told you, it is ideal for brainstorming and routine board style activities. You can you can share these brainstorming sessions and rotate boards with other students from across the world. Wakelet is used to organize articles, videos, and links to thematic collections. And Canva is used to create presentations, posters, infographics collaboratively. You can use other users as well while creating your presentations, poster, and infographics. Then comes the LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very famous tool, and it is highly used by professionals and students, especially for their career awareness. High school students can explore career paths and connect with their alumni of their institution or professionals in their field. It is also very useful for profile building workshops or showcasing your own developed academic project. Whatever work you do, you just put it on LinkedIn. People might see it. They might approach you if you have done a very excellent work. They might reach you on LinkedIn as itself. You don't have to worry about going through your campus placement. If you are maintaining your LinkedIn profile, if you are regularly updating and putting your work on LinkedIn, nowadays hiring managers and other people and other staffs, they are always browsing the LinkedIn, and if they find someone good enough, they just contact you on your LinkedIn and have a discussion on your employment. Teachers can also guide students on building academic profile, how to build their academic profile, what are the important aspects of creating your academic profile. So teachers can help and guide students on that. So Pinterest for visual learning. Pinterest is another social media tool. It collects teaching ideas, worksheets, and resources. And a student can use it to visually explore topics in art, science, or history. There's a lot of images already available on Pinterest. You have to just search it. And using those, you can collect your teaching ideas, worksheets, and resources. It can also act as a creative gallery for theme boards or classroom canvas. So finally, is Quizlet Kahoot quizzes for assessment. Kahoot is a very famous tool for creating quizzes. So if you want to start to create a quiz, or if you're planning to have a quiz, you can easily use the platforms to create such quiz, and you can share the quiz during classroom or afterwards, which is very. These are platforms are very fun and formative, and they facilitated such assessment through games and quizzes. It also supports reinforcement of vocabulary, facts, and concepts, and many subject-aligned tablets are already freely available. So, one such YouTube platform which allows learning is MIT OpenCourseWare. It is a very famous tool. You can have learning about computer science and others over these. You have Khanzar Academy, you're a very famous teacher in India. You have Instagram channel, the Game of Brands. This channel allows you to have how this business developed over the time from its inception to currently how they have built their businesses. So if you want to know how that business or brand has been developed, you can visit this Instagram channel and have a look. So there another is Socratica, where you can find learning about different subjects, and Teacher Tube for creating your education with resources. Then Repseek, it also provides links to different education videos around the world. If you want to search something, you can search it from here. And An Academy, already you know about it. It has a YouTube channel where you can find learning about any topic for our students. Then we can integrate technology in our classroom pedagogy and traditional classroom pedagogy. Because integrating social media into education is not about replacing teaching. It is not anything about replacing teaching. It is only to enrich it. You are still going to provide classroom teaching, but you are enriching the experiences of your student in your classroom by integrating social media in it as well. You are not replacing traditional teaching or classroom-based teaching, but you are just enriching it. So effective use requires alignment with established pedagogical models such as SAMR, Bloom's taxonomy, and Dept. Teachers might know about this. These are well-established pedagogical models. So one such model is SMR model. This model is used in education to assess and guide the integration of technology into teaching and learning. It has four processes. First is substitution, in which technology acts as a direct substitute, like before you were posting notices on the boards or other ways. Now you are going to post notices on WhatsApp. You are augmentation. You are augmenting the learning by functionally improving functional improvement, like embedding quizzes and videos. Then comes a modification in which you redesign the learning task given to student, by such as you are asking your student to create their Instagram portfolios or LinkedIn portfolios. So that's how you can integrate technology into learning as well. And then there comes the redefinition. New task previously was conceivable. That is, if you are sitting in your classroom or you are sitting in your room, you can collaborate with people from other states, from other countries as well. So using social media tools like Padlet. So SMR is one model that allows you to assess and guide the integration technology. Another is the Bloom's taxonomy in the digital age. As you all know, Bloom's taxonomy is a hierarchical framework which classifies education learning from from rote learning, the very basic is rote learning, to higher order thinking skills. So the first step in that in the Bloom's taxonomy is the most basic step, or the most basic learning in Bloom's taxonomy is remember. So how we can do that in technology? We can create flashcards or cards You have seen cards already on various places. So it is you can use flashcards on Quizlet. The second is understanding the concept. So how you do that in understanding influence taxonomy is that you create or you ask your instruct your students to create the summary of whatever they have learned during the class. So they can create a summary blog. While creating a separate blog, first they have to understand whatever they have learned in the classroom. After that, they are able to summarize them. So the second step in Bloom's taxonomy is performed like that. Third is apply the concept that they have learned during the classroom. We can do that by using technology, by creating tutorials, by asking them to create tutorials or lesson videos. Or we can create tutorials or lesson videos by itself and let them watch it and let them do it so that they can apply whatever they have understood or remembered the concept earlier. The next level of the higher thinking or learning is analyzing. Analyze is comparing infographics, YouTube explainers. Now the student is able to compare information from other sources using technologies. They can compare infographics or YouTube explainers. The more advanced version of learning is evaluating. When you are able to evaluate, so we can allow evaluation by asking students to reflect on a blog or discussion post, that is create their own thought process, create their own thinking, what the blog or discussion post is saying or pointing towards. So that is high level thinking. The most higher level of thinking is creating some concept. So how we can use technology for that? We can use technology by designing infographics. If the student is able to design infographics in Canva or create a poster and able to share on the social media, obviously they have a highest level of understanding of that concept. So Bloom's taxonomy can be integrated in such a way in the digital age. Finally, it is a TPAC. TPAC is a model that describes the knowledge teachers needed to effectively integrate technology into their teaching. The first is technological knowledge, understanding the tools required to effectively integrate and effectively provide teaching. Then the pedagogical knowledge, how the learning has to be done. What is the user technology, and then how the technology they going to be used to let the student understand the concept. Pedagogy is teaching the concept, teaching the understanding, making the student understand what they are learning. So pedagogical knowledge of the teacher is required so that they can create well-established good teaching plans, which will effectively help students in learning. Then the content knowledge, subject expertise of the student of the teachers to create or effectively use the technology in enabling higher learning experience for the students. TPAC combines all three to effectively integrate technology into teaching practices. So flipped classrooms, as I have already told you, you can easily use YouTube for providing flipped classroom experiences. Teacher can assign video lessons as homework. The classroom time is used for doubt clearing, discussions, and advanced application. And the students can revisit the content anytime, multiple times, and it can help them to improve retention of the information that they gain, because since they can access anytime, so it will greatly help in their learning. So that's how you can provide flipped classroom using YouTube. Another way through which students can use the social media, student portfolios with blogs in social media. Students can maintain their own blogs, which will showcase their assignments, reflection, and creative works, whatever they are doing. Let's suppose a student is from computer science and he learns something about programming, or a student is from arts and he's learned about some new literature work. So they obviously they can create their own blog and show reflections of the things that they have learned, show their own ideas, their criticisms, their pros and cons of their ideas, or they can show their assignments that they have got during their college or school work, or the creative works that they have done. They can also combine posts, videos, and visuals from different platforms to document learning. Obviously, you can use the help of the various digital platforms to combine the knowledge using videos or visuals or images or anything from that can help them. It can also encourage autonomy and self-assessment. The student also feels empowered while they if they are able to create something new, if they are able to create a good reputation of their work, it also help them in having a higher self-esteem, which will increase them into have a higher autonomy, and it will also they can easily have a self-assessment of their work as well. So social media can help this in this way. Then comes the WhatsApp, Telegram for group-based learning. You can teacher can create a subject-specific group in which they can share notes, assignments, and relevant media, and the teacher can moderate the group to have a good neutral discussion, uh, rich discussion, and to delete those content which is not useful or is away from the purpose of the group. Then comes Instagram as a micro project space. Student can create mini projects posted with hashtags. Teacher can provide some hashtag that let's suppose that anyone let's suppose that we teacher give a student to perform a chemical experiment, so they will create a hashtag chemical experience AMU 2025 and allow and ask student to post all their chemical activities work on that, and using that it will create visual storytelling for others and their parents as well, which will encourage visual storytelling and concise communication. Padlet for idea boards and reflection walls. As I already told you, these are cards. You can see a web link or a photo. These are cards. Okay. So it is ideal for collecting student responses on a theme. Suppose that you give a theme that what is your thinking of NAP in 2025. The student can collect information, visuals, images, videos, or whatever from different websites or different tools, and they can put it in different cards and Padlet of allow you a board for posting such ideas. Can be used to post weekly reflective questions or project feedback. It's also great for building collaborative thinking, since these idea boards is shared across your group or whomever you want to share with. So it will also help them to create collaborative thinking as well. Let's suppose a subject, for example, we take example of science, how we are going to use social media to enhance the learning experience of students in case of science. So we can share diagrams, lab setups, experiment results via Instagram or YouTube. We can discuss discoveries or science news using Twitter or X. We can post general reflections via blog or a pad. Similarly, for let's suppose that a student is from linguistic, from language, so how they can use social media for that. So the teacher can use social media to create vocabulary games on Quizlet. They can post grammar tips on Telegram. They can share their creative writing through blogs or Canva posters. For similarly for student for social science, your teacher can post weekly historical facts or civic posts that can create digital timelines using Bakelite. They can encourage research-based Instagram videos. Similarly for math, you can use YouTube for problem walkthroughs. You can use, and then teacher can provide visual puzzles and diagrams on Pinterest, and use quizzes for practice and time assessment of quizzes. So how to create or design a social media lesson plan? Objective. First is objective. What skill or concept you want your students to be learned, or what you are going to taught. Then second is the platform. Which social media platform suits you the best, whether it is WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, Discord, whatever platform you want to use. You have to first analyze what type of learning you are going to do over it. Then comes the activity. What activity the students are going to do, and then the evaluation. How will the performance be assessed? Whether it is going to be multiple choice questions, whether it's going to be quizzes, whether it's going to be a long answer questions. So what is the evaluation? So you have to create, you have to think about it before designing a social media lesson plan. The challenges in pedagogical integrations are not all students may have equal access to devices. Although smartphones are easily accessible, but the student may or may not have internet access, or they may have some type of lacking that, and they may not have equal access. Teachers also need to provide clear guidelines and training. The teachers have to set the rules how they are going to do the teaching over it, and what amount of training they are going to do it on online or social media networks. And it has also potential for distraction. If the lesson content or lesson plan is not structured properly, if the student is getting bored or distracted, so it will create a potential issue for learning for the student. So how to overcome those challenges? Obviously, every time you have to start small, integrate one platform at a time. Do not start to have integrating every platform at one time. Start from WhatsApp or Telegram or YouTube, whatever you want to do. Integrate one platform, get the result, show it. If you find that result acceptable, then move on to or integrate another platform. You have to also create clear rules of use. You have to let your student know how they are going to use that platform, what are the rules of engagement, so that they can effectively use that platform for their learning. And also your teachers need to use school supported or institution uploaded platform. They should not use personal or other type of platforms, only platforms that are school supported or institution supported, like YouTube account of a school-based YouTube account or school-based Instagram account or other institution approved accounts. Those platforms are only used for having learning over social media. Also, you can reinforce the learning through routine. If the teacher is going to weekly post the learning things, word of the week, math puzzle, sorry, sorry, I'm not able to hear. So I'm continuing. Teacher can have a monthly reflection using Padlet, or they can have a social media based homework format through which they can reinforce learning through routine. Align activities with learning outcomes as well. The teacher can ensure activities are reinforced through curriculum objectives. They can match platform strengths to their subject goals. Like if someone is learning math, they can use the YouTube platform to already know to have a learning from other teachers. Similarly, if someone is creative, so they have to use Pinterest or Instagram or others. So you have to match platform strengths to your subject goals. These outcomes, so digital artifacts or the engagement levels. And digital content creation is also used for skill building, especially for students. In the modern age, the student need to develop media literacy, design thinking, and digital expression. You cannot avoid digital life nowadays. So students need to develop media literacy, design thinking, and digital expression to have a higher chance of employability and to have a better life. So it also aligns with the 21st century skill framework. It prepares students for future academic and professional landscapes. So I'm going to present you some case studies and critical evidence of the benefit of using social media tools in education setting. So each case will highlight specific outcome, users pattern, and student or teacher experiences. The first case study I'm presenting you is of Instagram in higher education. It was done by Obeso et al. In 2023. It was done on Bachelor of Business Administration students in Spain. Instagram was used to post academic contents, courses, and activities, which resulted in increased perceived engagement, learning satisfaction, and digital literacy. The second case study is WhatsApp and YouTube for self-directed learning. It was performed by Lopolo et al. In the year 2024. It was performed on innovation education faculty students. And in this, WhatsApp was used for group discussion and updates, and YouTube was used for academic tutorials, and which resulted in a higher student motivation and stronger digital competencies. Okay, third case study is dental education in Saudi Arabia. It was done by Raja et al. In 2020. This was done on YouTube, Twitter, and WhatsApp. It was used for reviewing procedures, supplementing classroom lectures, and examination preparations. And the benefit of that is that it allows students to have feasible access to demonstrations and have an improved understanding of clinical practices. The fourth case study is parallel use and learning support. It was performed by Astleiter Schlick in 2024. It investigated how students use social media during and outside class. It identifies patterns such as identity building, learning motivation, and passive content consumption, which resulted in having insight of that social media supports formal learning, the social media support informal learning and personal reflection when judiciously. So students can not only be blinded with formal learning, or informal settings, in classroom settings. So social media allows them to have learning informal settings as well, or they can have an informal learning as well. Then the fifth case study is EAT portfolio with social integration. It was performed by Lexio and Paraskeva in 2022 to 2020. They developed an EAT portfolio with self-regulated learning. It means that the student itself determines how much what things they are going to learn, and that is called self-regulated learning. So they developed an e-portfolio based SRS system in which they blended social features with goal setting, reflection, and documentation, and it has a result that shows it has better academic performance, increased planning, and metacognitive skills. Metacognitive is when you are thinking about something. Let's suppose that you are thinking whether this action is good or bad. So and you determine this action is good. So how do you reach to that conclusion that this action is good? That is called metacognitive. That is thinking of your thinking. It means that how when you reach some decision. So how do you reach that decision? That is called metacognitive. And the skills that are required for that, skills that provide that is metacognitive skills. So summary of the key insights of these case studies that social media fosters flexible student-driven learning environments. It enhances collaboration, motivation, and multimodal expression. Multimodal is not learning from only one medium. You are using text, you are using audios, you are using videos, you are using visuals, and you are using multiple. You can use a number of combination of those as well for learning, and it enhances collaboration, motivation, and multimodal expression. The success depends on guided implementation and integration with pedagogy. It means how the teacher is implementing that social media, the lessons in social media, and how well it integrates with the lesson plans or the lesson content delivered by the teacher. So what we learn from this, we learn if we planning to use purposefully, these tools are very effective, and it varies by the context. You can have a blended learning by blending synchronously using platforms like WhatsApp and Telegram, and asynchronously using platforms like YouTube and blogs. It will also help in document and reflections using e-portfolios, Padlets, or blogs, which helps track progress. So what are the challenges, risks, and safety guidelines? Challenges are why social media offers great benefits. It comes with its own sets of challenges, especially in school environment. Awareness of these issues is crucial for responsible and effective implementation. The first one is digital distraction and screen fatigue. Continuous notification and unregulated use can reduce attention span. Obviously, you know that day by day we are our attention. Sorry. Sorry.
पूरा का पूरा इंग्लिश में लेक्चर है, कहीं कुछ नहीं इंग्लिश में, वो तो ऐसे किताब पढ़ रहे हैं.
So I'm continuing. Continuous. We have already reducing attention span over the time over these years. And so these continuous notification and activities will more reduce this. The platform exposes students to potential harm from peers or outsiders. Teacher must promote empathy, respect, and monitor present spaces. They can use school verified use for this with strict moderation policies. Then comes the privacy and data protection. As I already told you, privacy is a basic human right which is guaranteed to every human. So student photos, names, or works cannot be and should not be exposed online, whether by intention or unintention. It should not be done. Teachers should avoid sharing sensitive student information publicly, and they should understand basic data privacy rules and use settings that restrict visibility. Whether it is available to every student or not, reducing visibility is very important. So the teachers and students both need to understand basic data privacy rules and use settings. Then comes the misinformation and content validity. Social media contains both education and misleading content. Since a new student may go through a misleading content, so teachers should develop or encourage critical thinking and fact-checking behavior and abilities in their students. Teachers should also suggest verified pages and educational channels for students to follow. Then comes ethical and professional conduct for teachers. Obviously, teachers should maintain professionalism online. They should avoid engaging students through personal accounts, through their own accounts. Instead, they should use institution-approved platforms with clear boundaries and clear guidelines. Equity and accessibility concern. Not all students have equal access to smartphone, internet, or quiet spaces. So, we have teachers should also provide offline alternatives and inclusive project formats for the student that may not have access to smartphone, internet, or quiet spaces. So, they should have an alternative or inclusive project format. Use tools that are lightweight and mobile compatible when possible. Since mobile is a very necessary aspect of our modern life, so if the tools are lightweight and mobile compatible, then that is very good for the learning of the students. Then comes the policy and supervision essential. The school should draft acceptable use policies for social media. Parents, student, and teacher must be aware of these guidelines. And they should check digital citizenship training and supervision model. We have already learned about digital citizenship in the first session. So keep in mind the thing that we have remembered there. So the teachers should use and teach those digital citizenship training and supervision models to their students. So, promoting safe and positive uses, integrate sessions on digital responsibility into curriculum, use positive examples and social stories to motivate the students, create an environment of openness where students can easily report any issues that they find in their learning or in their environment around the classroom or the institution they are facing. So the concluding thoughts on the recap of the session is social media offers dynamic, flexible, and creative learning opportunities. Integration must be guided by pedagogy, policies, and ethics. Teachers play a pivotal role in shaping responsible digital citizens. So key takeaways are platforms like WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, Padlet, etc. are versatile tools. It needs to be used in safe and planned to support NAP 2020 goals. It should focus on creation, collaboration, and critical thinking. It should emphasize experiential and learner-centric education. Social media supports multilingual content, visual-based learning, and continuous feedback. It should also enhance the outreach in rural or remote education context. Recommendations for teachers are always start small. Choose one or two platforms. Choose the best is you start from WhatsApp or Telegram or YouTube. And if you find your results satisfactory, then you can integrate other platform as well. And the teacher should always have a defined purpose. They should align activities with the learning goals using those tools. They should have a clear defined purpose. Collaboration, share practices with colleagues. If you get successful in creating a lesson plan in which social media was used to allow learning of the student and was successful, you should collaborate or you can share those practices with your colleagues as well. Evaluate the reflect on student outcomes and adapt. Always evaluate the learning process of your student and reflect whether the students are getting help using those or not. And if they are not getting help or if they are bad, make them adaptable or help them whatever way you can. Final thoughts on this is digital tools don't replace teachers, they only amplify great teaching. You are keeping in mind this, always encourage a balanced, ethical, and enthusiastic approach to innovation. Thank you. Any questions? If someone had any question, then they can ask.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, sir. This is Huma Mukhtar from AMU Girls School. I want to know that how can we ensure transparency and integrity while using different platforms of social media as a tool for education?
Social media there is already a transparency available on, like suppose that you are using Twitter, Twitter communities, or you are using Facebook groups. So it is though they are closed, but they are transparent to each and every one of your students. And if you want to have, if you want to create restrictions or restrict the content, you can select the number of students or those students only, and you can share the content among them. So they are already transparent. We need transparency in learning why we need to have transparency, so that they can effectively allows the learning process to as easy and as clear to student as for others. So
Okay, sir.
yeah, so transparency is already integrated in these platforms, and you don't have to, if you are using, if you are having a clear guideline or rules regulations using this, so you don't need to worry about that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else has any other question?